Let's say hello, floss tube, on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello, floss tubes! We are not Real Housewives. I'm Sarah Jane.
I'm Pam Pepper.
And 1 to 3 times a year, we make a craft podcast. And today it is the end of August, 2024. We are in Paradise, Indiana, and we're making a craft podcast.
This is our second one of the year. Maybe we'll get 3 in.
Don't count your podcasts before they're filmed. Okay, first we're going to do finished objects.
Okay.
Do you want to go first?
Okay. One finished object I have is a baby hat. It's going to go to a charity this weekend to raise money for a camp that Sarah Jane used to work at. The color of yarn is called Banana, and it's a Tri-Peaks hat. I think it's kind of cute.
One of my finished objects is the summer reading program. I finished all my reading books, reading all my books. I didn't do all the challenges, but my finished object are I'm making prizes. We're doing a lot of these fabric wrapped rope coasters because they look kind of like a CD. That was the theme. And because they're sturdy and easy to mail. I made a bunch of these because Mom said they would be good prizes. And then she immediately commandeered 2 of them and was like, I need these to give someone for a holiday that's 2 months away. And I was like, we need a bunch of these in like 2 weeks to give away. How are you like taking them away? Anyway, I'm making more of those. I have a lot of supplies.
I knitted a pair of socks. The yarn is from Fiber Knit Dye Works, and the color is Cooper's Hawk, and we have Cooper's Hawk here.
I saw one in the yard yesterday. Something I made was these little ornaments. I learned how to use the Glowforge at the library, and they just had these ornaments for you to do a test on, and so I made them. I wanted to go back and make more things, but I just lost track of time while I was here. So I did make those at least.
Keeping on the wooden theme, I knitted mushrooms.
Those are so cute, Mom. I love them. I don't know how you get them to stand up.
There's actually a quarter on the bottom of this one that helps it stand up.
Not the little one.
And there's a dime in that one that helps that little tiny one stand up.
Okay.
So now if there's any thieves watching this, they'll know to grab the mushrooms because there's money inside.
Just a little money. I dyed these baby onesies with my friend Beth. What?
I held it up upside down.
Oh, that's okay. Something turned out really cute. I like this one on the back. I like this shoulder a lot. Ooh, show this one. I like this one a lot. I tried a new technique, which is where you tie marbles into them. So these were marbles. Well, really those glass beads that you can get for flower arranging, and then it makes a nice circle. And I was so proud. It took forever to tie all of these marbles into this baby onesie.
And doesn't it look like a sunrise?
Doesn't it look like fried eggs? I was like, this is gonna be great. And then I got it out of the dryer and I was like, oh no, I made a fried egg onesie. Oh, look at this one on the back. It's dripping fried egg. She's so cute. Anyway, those are finished.
I made a hat out of some leftover yarn.
It's beautiful.
It's striped, and that uses up 2 bits of yarn, different colors yarn that I had leftovers of.
I love both of them.
And then I made another hat that's just plain blue. Ow, can't get it over my ponytail and back. And that had to do with one of our summer reading challenges. I dressed up like the cover of a book, and the book had blue sky, so my head was blue.
Nicely done, Mom. Okay, this is my last finished object for here. I got into weaving these pot holders while I was on furlough this year. And I really got into it. I love making them. So I made a whole bunch. I'll take them to that fundraiser and hopefully somebody wants these pot holders because this is not even half of them. There's a whole stack. Okay.
This is partially finished. I did an A, and I hope to make a little ornament-like thing for my niece Abby, and then make initials for the rest of her family.
Do you have more finished objects, or are you trying to transition into works in progress?
No, this is counts as finished. It's not finished. It's partially finished.
Okay, I'm out. What else do you have?
Okay, this is a cross stitch that I saw in Cross Stitch magazine, the Halloween ornaments, and I thought it was really pretty. That moon is just so lacy and pretty.
That's pretty.
That's finished objects then.
Works in progress. Good transition to works in progress.
Okay. I have been working on this. I wanted to get it done so much. It's in a bag Sarah Jane gave me. Cool bag, huh? And it needs to be a big bag because there's a ton of colors that go with it and instructions. This is my temperature. So I track the temperature, the average temperature every day. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and I'm working on August right now. So it's pretty how the colors change, but it takes a lot of colors.
I have a cross stitch work in progress. This is the pattern. It's supposed to be a moth. This is how much I've done. Not very far along. I hit a wall with these half stitches. I just really don't like them. And there's not that many of them. I should just go on to the next part, but mentally I'm stuck.
I am working on a gnome, a knitted gnome. I have to stuff it and close up the bottom and then do a little nose and beard and arms. This is from Imagine Landscape. She just wrote a book, and this was a free pattern promoting her book. I am signed up to do the September gnome, and I have a kit for that.
Is that supposed to be a sunflower?
It's just leftover yarn I had, and I thought it looked kind of summery.
That's great.
So,
very cute.
The hat wasn't supposed to be striped, but I liked it striped. It's in a bag Sarah Jane made me. Do you want me to keep going? You still have works in progress.
I still have works in progress. Oh, I forgot the tie-dye one. It's in there. I dyed black walnut fabric. I just finished it last night. Mom ironed it all up for me today. This is to make a baby quilt for my brother's baby. So we have a black walnut tree growing in our backyard, and I wanted to use black walnuts from it, but squirrels ate them all. So these black walnuts are from a tree across the street. Close enough, good enough. It's not considered finished because it's not part of a quilt yet, but it will be. Ooh.
I'm working on a sock. It's called the Dahlia sock. The yarn was by Gauge Dye Works. You can see it's lighter and it gets darker. I don't know if you can see there's a cable stitch running down, and then this is going to be color work that makes a flower. So
That's cool, Mom.
this is in a bag by Whimsy Stitches, who is a man in New Orleans. I met him a couple of years ago at the Knit Girls Summer Retreat, and I love the bags that have the vinyl middle so you can see what's in it.
This is a big one. I just finished piecing this top yesterday.
It's pretty.
It's a double wedding ring for my friend that's getting married, and well, she's already married, I guess. She's celebrating her nuptials at the end of September. So I don't think I'm gonna have it long armed. I don't think it'll be to her by the time she gets married.
Unfold it a little bit so they can see the rings.
I think it'll take a lot of unfolding to see rings.
There, that shows the rings.
Yeah.
No,
It's a double wedding ring, and it's 15 blocks, so it's 15 rings. It's like a big throw. It'd be a good picnic quilt. Her husband plays in a recreational soccer league, and they go and sit on the sidelines and have gatherings. So I think it'd be a good picnic quilt.
That reminds me, I had another finished object. This is a finished object. This took years to make because not the knitting. The knitting was
working on it
easy.
Last podcast.
The knitting is easy. The sewing them together was a pain. So, and weaving in the ends was a pain. So, another work in progress I have that I'm really close to finished on is it's called the Pride in Progress cow, and I have to finish the back. But if you can kind of tell, it's like 4 squares joined together. Like this is half a square folded in half, and then there's the other half. This is half a square folded in half, and then there's the other half. So I'm going to have it finished. There's a picture of what it will look like. Probably tomorrow. I'm on the blue, ready to start the pink, and then the white. So I'm almost done. This was a knit along hosted by Leading Men Fibers.
Good job, Mom. You got any more works in progress?
No, I think that's it.
That means it's time to play a game. Mom came up with this game after I threatened her to have to write a commercial. Okay, 2 minutes are going to be on the clock. So
Okay.
Explain the game.
So I have a list of 12 knitting questions. Sarah Jane knits not a lot. I knit a lot more. So these are very simple knitting questions, and we're going to see if in 2 minutes how many she can answer.
That wasn't part of it.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to say if I get it right?
Yes.
Hold on. Oh, this should have been no, this can go in haul. New things. My new phone that I just got water all over. Okay, 2 minutes on the clock. Ready?
Yes.
Go.
At the end of knitting, what do you do to take the stitches off the needles?
Bind off.
Yes. When knitting flat, you knit each row. What is that stitch called?
Garter.
Yes. Thinner needle sizes are bigger or smaller numbers than thicker needle sizes.
Thinner needle sizes are smaller numbers.
Yes. When you knit stitches out of order and it makes a wave shape in your fabric, this is called what?
Oh. Baby.
Looks a little bit like a braid.
Oh, a cable.
Yes. Name 3 fibers you can knit with.
Wool, cotton, bamboo.
Yes. Needles that are pointed at both ends are called what?
DPNs.
Yes, double pointed. If you knit 2 together, this does what to the stitch count?
Stitch count goes down.
Yes, decrease. What is the difference between knitting needles and crochet hooks?
You need 2 knitting needles and they're sharp, and you need 1 crochet hook and it is a hook.
Yes. Name a knitting celebrity, podcaster, or designer.
Jody from the Grocery Girls.
Yes. Knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, or knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2 makes a stretchy fabric often found in hat brims. This stitch is called?
Rib.
Yes. Which is thicker, fingering yarn or worsted?
Oh. Which is worsted?
Yes. Both are used to knit in the round, but what is the difference between circular needles and double pointed needles?
Circular needles are 2 needles that are connected. Double pointed needles, you need 4 or 5.
Yes. You got them all.
Oh my gosh. Wow, Mom, you really gamed that out right. Okay. Now we have knitting questions for Mom.
Knitting?
No. Quilting questions for Mom.
I don't quilt much.
Mom has made quilts. Mom taught me how to make a quilt. We learned together. Okay, Mom, there's a few visual ones, and I don't think you're gonna see the name of them, but if you do see the name of them, call cheating. Are you ready?
Yes.
2 minutes on the clock. You're gonna say your right ones. You want me to do it?
I can do it.
Okay. What is the length and width of a fat quarter?
Pass.
What is one advantage of bias binding?
It stretches.
Correct. How many strips are in a jelly roll?
72.
Wrong. What is it called when you arrange quilt blocks diagonally?
Bias?
We were looking for on point. Do you know what on point is?
Okay.
Have you heard of that?
Yes.
Jenny Doan is a very famous quilter and YouTuber. What's the name of her company?
Pass.
Missouri Star Quilt Company. Okay. What block is this?
Churn dash.
Ding! What block is this?
Bear claw.
Yes! What block is this?
Pass.
It's the maple leaf.
Oh, maple leaf.
What's on your wall is why I thought you would get it. Besides binding, what's another way to finish a quilt?
Together and
Knife edge.
sew them.
Mm-hmm. What does HST stand for?
Pass.
HST?
HST.
Half square triangle. What style of quilt is often associated with Hawaii?
Those really jagged, flowery shapes.
We'll give it to you. Applique. Say 2 methods of basting a quilt.
With needle and thread or with safety pins.
Yeah. How much is long arming per square inch?
How much money?
Yeah. How much do they charge per square inch?
I'm out of time. Thank you. Thank you.
Mom, I thought you'd get those. What is the length and width of a fat quarter?
No clue.
It's half a yard.
No clue.
Okay. How many strips are in a jelly roll? Usually like 42.
Well, I think you
I
won.
was not as good at planning.
And here's your prize.
Jelly roll quilts. Thanks, Mom. It's about to be Sew a Jelly Roll Day, so I need this. Ooh, I like that one.
Go to the back. I think the back has more that you'll like. They're harder.
Whoa. What's this quilt called? Or what's this block called?
I have no idea, but
Friendship
I thought
Star.
you would like it.
That's Friendship Star. What's this one called?
I don't know.
I think it's called Rolling Rock, but maybe they'll tell us. Rolling Stone. Birds in the air. I don't know what that one's called. That's not the name of the block, though. I wanted to ask you what a grandmother's flower garden was called, but I couldn't find a good picture of it in a book.
Like that.
Oh, yeah, I like that too. I like that quilting a lot. Okay, good game, Mom. Sorry I made your questions too hard. HST, half square triangles.
Would
You know that.
No,
I almost
don't.
was like, that's too easy. Let me ask her what HRT is.
No.
Half rectangle triangles. Mom, you silly Billy. There's literally maple leaves on Mom's kitchen. Like, she's staring at them every day.
I did not know that's what that block is called.
Maple leaf block.
Okay, now it's time for haul.
Yay!
That's easier to talk about. I got 2 bags. One I showed you that was from Whimsy Stitches, and this one is from Whimsy Stitches. I always wanted one of his quilted bags, and
The back is like twill.
yeah,
It's really nice.
and it's got a leather handle. So I thought that'd be good to travel with. It's really thick. I like it a lot.
Oh, me? Okay, I want to show off this thing that I got to make those woven pot holders. It's one of those woven pot holder weaving frames, but it's made of wood. This is from somewhere called the Homestead Weaver. Her address is Columbus, Indiana, but I think she lives in Nashville. She lives a lot closer to Nashville, Indiana than Columbus. By Gnawbone. Have you ever been to Gnawbone? Okay, well,
Probably.
kind of by there. Anyway, her spouse is a woodworker and makes these, and she's a weaver, and I got to go to her studio, and it was amazing. So this is my new pot holder weaving frame. I'm in the pot holder business. Hope you guys have a lot of hot pots you need held.
I got another bag from an Etsy lady called the Sensible Stitcher. This is the second one of bags I bought from her. They're very, very reasonably priced. This one has little tiny butterflies on the inside, and she is a sponsor for the pigskin party that Boston Gin runs, and that's getting ready to start on Thursday when the NFL football season starts. So you get extra points when you use sponsors' products, and I thought that was a very good buy.
Look what Mom got my dog. This is so cute. It's like a picnic. It's like a picnic basket.
That's like a hamburger.
And it has hamburgers and hot dogs, and you put treats down in it, and then you put these over it, and she has to pull them out. It's really cute. She loves it. And I love it. Thanks, Mom. It's darling.
One more thing.
Oh, I have a ton more.
Okay. This is a kit for a beanie by Nancy Bates, who did the National Park beanies. I've knit several of those. And your dad, my husband, saw this one and really liked it. It's the Washington State beanie. She's doing ones for all the states now. And he's a tree guy, so he loved that. And it comes with everything I need, the pattern and all the yarn.
I really like that green. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a ton of haul because I'm at quilt camp. Mom sponsors me every summer to come here and have a great time. Oh, Mom, I got you a prize too. Look. It's a reusable gift bag. Okay, the first thing she got me was this giant bag, which is has a quilter zipper pull on it. Oops. Which I love. And she got me this quilting book already, and I have another quilting book. This book she found in the library, and it's amazing. The organization of the patterns in this book, like how you're supposed to cut stuff out, I've never seen stuff organized like that before. I'm fascinated. Love it.
Our library has a free craft box where you can drop things off and pick it up, and that was in the free box.
I got a charm pack. I got a jelly roll for National Sew Jelly Roll Day. And look at this layer cake she got me. It's so great. Thanks, Mom. There's quilting gloves in here. There was a bunch of sewing machine needles in here. And look at this haul of Aurifil that was in here. Excellent. And she gave me this puzzle. It's very cute. It has little doggies on it. I have more quilt camp prizes, but it's overwhelming. We went to a farmer's market. We went to the Franklin Street Bazaar, and I got these stickers. These say artsy fartsy, and this one says it's a jungle in here. And also, I didn't bring it, but at the Franklin Street Bazaar, we got soap lifts. If you've never used one of these soap lifts, Kristen just went to that soap store yesterday, and she bought the butterfly-shaped one. If you are kind of like, oh, I want to be using bar soap, but it's just like high maintenance to deal with like where it's sitting on the sink, get one of those $6 soap lifts. It looks like 3D printed squiggles, and they come in a bunch of shapes. They dry the soap out. They're so easy to pick it up off of and set it back down. They're great. I love them. So I recommend soap lifts. And you can get them, nowadays it feels like anybody that's selling bar soap is offering them because they're so useful for bar soap. Have you tried yours yet?
No.
What are you waiting on?
So we're into recommendations.
Yeah.
So recommendations are books we've read or things we've watched, and we do not have a lot of TV we watch.
They do not have cable.
We do not
Never
have cable. Never have had cable. And we have streaming services sometimes when the kids are here and they put their streaming services on our TV, and then the code changes and we don't have it again. But our local TV channel is carrying the WNBA, and we are big WNBA fans. We're from Indiana, so Caitlin Clark and Fever is our home team. But we went to school in Princeton, Indiana, so Jackie Young, who plays for the Aces, is a native from Princeton, so we're Aces fans too. So we've been enjoying that. And then the women's soccer league is on Saturday nights. So Friday nights we get to watch WNBA, and Saturday nights we watch women's soccer. And I don't know that I have a favorite team for the soccer, but I love the Kansas City uniforms. I love those colors. So if I was going to pick one, it'd be them because I love the color of their uniforms.
I want to recommend, while we're talking about soccer, I want to recommend the documentary about Los Angeles' soccer team. I think it's on HBO. It might be on Paramount. Yeah, Mom hasn't seen it, but if you have one of those services, look for it. I think it's 3 parts, and it's all about like the investors who are excited to bring soccer to Los Angeles and how frustrated they are about the league, and they have interviews with the players, and you don't expect to cry in this documentary about a women's soccer team forming in LA, but it is really, it's really emotional, and it's so good. It gives you a lot of hope for the future. Okay, I'm traveling a lot, so I want to recommend some audio things. I want to recommend the Bear Brook series. It is true crime, so if you don't like true crime, skip it. But if you do like true crime, I had never heard of it until Kate Winkler Dawson recommended it on one of her podcasts, and I really like it. It's well done. She said she uses it in her college classes about like journalism and how stuff is covered, and so I'm only on like episode 3, but I'm enjoying Bear Brook. And then I also want to recommend the Sporkful podcast. I listened to an episode of Planet Money on the way driving across the country, and it was an interview with the guy who has the Sporkful podcast, and he invented his own shape of pasta and like tells the story of how he did it, and it's really entertaining. And I got home and I was like, Mom, have you heard of this guy who invented a new shape of pasta? And she was like, heard of him? I have his cookbook. And she like pulled it out in front of me. And I made a pasta out of it, and it was very labor intensive, but it was good pasta. So I recommend the Sporkful podcast, especially the series about his pasta journey. It's entertaining.
The book was from the library. Kudos to our local library.
The Last Murder
At the End of the World came from our local library too, and it was a very good book. It was like dystopian fiction if it was an Agatha Christie mystery. So it's kind of like a locked room mystery. There's no way someone could have been killed, but someone was killed, and they're trying to figure it out before the end of the world. And it has some twists that you definitely don't see coming. I thought it was good. It was different. The end, I thought, kind of, there was a lot of loose ends that got tied up really fast, but it was the end of the world, so they didn't have a lot of time.
Does the world end?
No, the world does not end.
Okay.
It's within hours, but they...
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
You want to recommend Other Birds?
Yes, Other Birds by Sarah Addison Allen. I have read other books by her, and I really liked it. This was a hopeful book, too, about found family. It had ghosts in it. The ghosts were not scary. The ghosts were not all good, but they were tied by memories and other things. So you could think of them as ghosts. You could think of them as memories. And it had a twist at the end that I did not at all see. That was very sweet, a very happy ending.
I read When We Were Birds. I don't recommend it. The Christmas Guest by Peter Swanson.
A very short book. I love short books. It had a twist at the end too. It was not a feel-good book, but it was almost more of a novella or a short story. It was in a small book, again from the local library, and I picked it up because it was a small book, and I like small books.
I'm reading them because Mom doesn't have, she was calling them out to me at rapid pace earlier. I'm reading them because this is chicken scratch. Winter Loss?
This is a Mercy Thomas book by Patricia Briggs. If you read the Mercy Thompson series, you're probably going to read this one because if you read her, you read them all. I thought this one was better than, some are better, some are not. I thought this one was one of the better ones.
And An Elderly Lady is Up to No Good by Helen Thurston.
This was a book I meant to read several years ago, and I did not, and I picked it up. It's a translation from Sweden, I think.
Like those books my grandmother asked me to tell you she's sorry. I love those books. Britt Marie Was Here.
This one is not that positive.
Okay.
This one is an elderly lady that lives by herself, and you do not want to get on her bad side because she for example, in her bathroom she can hear the people upstairs. She has a very nice apartment that she probably should not have anymore. But she knows how to manipulate the system and have things work out for her. And the people upstairs, she hears some domestic violence going on. And she decides to solve that problem, which she does, not because she's anti-domestic violence, but because it disturbs her because they're noisy. So she figures out how to solve the problem.
Okay. Okay, that was An Elderly Lady is Up to No Good by Helen Thurston. My last recommendation is I am from a town that has a Firehouse Subs, and I like Firehouse Subs. The bigger town near me has a Penn Station Subs, and I think they are two different things. I like Penn Station Subs, I like Firehouse Subs. They're not interchangeable. But everyone in my community complains about the fact that we don't have Jersey Mike's. So, over furlough, I did a test and I went to a Jersey Mike's. I want to say that I think if you go to Jersey Mike's, it's because you like French fries. They make their own French fries there, like from a potato make them, and they're fine French fries. But if you want a sandwich, I still think Penn Station is where you should go. I'm recommending Penn Station or Firehouse over Jersey Mike's, officially. And Dad is recommending the Reuben from Arby's. That's all we have to say about sandwiches.
I think, I'm going to say more about sandwiches.
Oh, okay.
I think within a mile, if not less than a mile, we have 5 sub sandwich
We're not
shops.
putting Subway in with this. Subway is
We
like
have
a different
Subway.
category.
We have Penn Station.
Mm-hmm.
We have Jersey Mike's. What else do we have? There's another one right there.
Do you have a Firehouse?
No, we do not have a
Are
Firehouse.
you counting McAllister's?
We have McAllister's right down there, which kind of.
I
But
don't know.
we have plenty of sandwich shops in our area.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like, if you could go to Jersey Mike's or Penn Station, if you don't like fries, just go to Penn Station. They'll give you chips, but why get chips? You're getting a delicious sandwich. And it's going to be really good. Okay, future plans. Uh-oh, we're at 31, Mom. I don't know how much memory is on this iPad, so.
Okay, so I have a lot of future plans, but I just put a few things in here. In this bag I showed earlier, I am going to knit Sarah Jane out of this color, but it may need a secondary color, some covers for her Swifter. She asked for that, and that's going to get done this weekend.
Mom's gonna say that I'm making fun of her, but really it's just because I keep seeing stuff on the internet where moms say words differently than the words. Like Walmart is a good example. I've heard people say Walmart. What is the thing that you push around to get dirt off your floor?
Swifter?
Swifter?
Swiffer.
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 Classic. Oh, I don't have very many elderly. I don't have very many future plans. I gotta make that baby quilt for my brother. My brother's getting married, so I have to make another double wedding ring quilt. And I've been unemployed for the last 5 weeks, and that double wedding ring quilt is like all that I sewed. I sewed no other things. No reusable gift bags. No, I had so many like, oh, I'm gonna make this little scrappy stuff. I did nothing except watch TikToks and sew that double wedding ring. So I'm gonna make another double wedding ring and a baby quilt. And actually, my cousin's pregnant, so my cousin's wife, I guess. What is that? Second cousin?
No.
My cousin-in-law.
Yeah.
My cousin-in-law is
baby
gonna
will-
have a baby.
The baby will be your first cousin once removed.
Okay, my first cousin, once removed, is going to have a baby brother or sister, and I need to make them a quilt too. So that's what I'm making next.
The baby will be your first cousin. Corey's your first cousin. The baby will be your first cousin once removed. I have a sad project. I hate to end on a sad note.
Oh, we're not ending on that note. I forgot something, so talk
Okay.
about that.
So I knit these socks, which I love. I love these socks. The colorway is El Nino Christmas. Nino. They're perfect match socks, which means the yarn was wound so the stripes would be perfect. I love the colors. I wore them like twice.
What happened?
There, no, I won't find it. There's a big hole. Oh, here it is.
Oh no! No! Can you fix it?
No,
Stop making it bigger.
I am going to rip
Oh, I
up-
could fix that, Mom.
No.
I could sew that right up.
But then it'll just come out. That's a stress point.
It will come out because you're allergic to knots. It would not come
So-
out if you let me knot it.
So no, because the socks were a little bit tight, And I guess that was a stress point. So I'm going to pull this out and reknit them.
Okay, that's your the end of your future plans.
That's my sad.
I forgot this piece of black walnut fabric and I wanted to show it, so I went and got it. But what I want to end on is our friend, who is a participant in the summer reading program, sent us a care package from Japan, and it had some beautiful pottery in it for Mom and a bunch of snacks for me, and we're gonna try them. This is 2. Okay, so these say pretzel chive. She has her drink, she's gonna be fine. We're gonna try these pretzels. These should just be like sticks. And we're gonna try these Pringles. These are soy sauce. I wish you could see this picture on it. What is that? Soy sauce Pringles. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, it's just like a club cracker.
It has some other flavor on it, like a cheese maybe.
Yeah, a little
Something.
creamy, like chive, like sour cream and chive.
Yeah. Sour
Okay.
cream and chive. That's what that tastes like.
This
Which I don't know if you can see the picture, but
Oh.
it doesn't look at all like sour cream and chive.
looks like a lot of chives to me. Okay, I opened these Pringles expecting Pringles. Look at what shape they are.
They're Pringle shaped.
Those are not Pringle shaped.
They're a little bit smaller.
They're round. Soy sauce Pringles. They're thicker. Ooh. That are soy sauce Pringles for sure.
I like these better.
That's the winner for you. Put that in there. We'll make Dad try them too. What do you think he's gonna like better?
Oh no. I think these are good.
Okay. That is all we have for our whatever episode this is of our craft podcast. Please comment below what is your favorite sandwich shop and what is your order there. And we'll try it. Thank you so much for watching.
Maybe we'll see you in December. Bye.
Bye. Are you mad that I made you eat that?
No.
Good. It's not Pringle shaped. It's round. Is this Pringle sized? Wow, Mom, what a mess we made.
I think we did okay.
Sorry I made your quiz too hard. I had high expectations.